Shout out to Brandy podcast, man. This 221 up in here, man, with DJ Hilllard, man. What's good with you, DJ, man?
I'm good, man. I'm just like I said, living life to the fullest and doing what I love to do every day, waking up in my pajamas and doing what I love. There's nothing like it, man. You know, all y'all that's still working, I feel for y'all. But you know, if you follow what you love, you'll get there, man. For real.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you saying shit as an artist, and you just wake up and create, right?
Just wake up and create, man. Every day, all day. Yeah.
Man, from the house.
From the house.
So is that after the pandemic, like you start working from the house, or did you was already working from the house?
I've been independent since 2016.
Okay, 2016.
Literally.
Okay,
since I left Oklahoma, I've been independent.
Oh, for real? Like you've been an independent artist?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I've been doing graphics and web design since I left Oklahoma City.
Right.
2016, I moved to Fort Worth first, and while I was in Fort Worth, just straight wake up, go to the computer, take my daughter to daycare or something, come back home. It's all me.
Right. So it's been working now for you since 2016.
Yeah, here and there I've had to pick up some contracts, positions and stuff like that. Kind of take away from my time, but every time I try to do it, it seems like it just called me right back. Like if I try to get something full time and do the whole 8-hour shift thing, it'd be like, man, and then more influx of business just start coming, and I just I gotta get back to what I do. It's like God, just over it. Like, yo, you're supposed to be over here. Don't go back. So yeah, I just keep hitting that every time. But completely. Just always finding ways, stay independent, do what you ever got to do to make sure you own your time, man. Because that's really what these jobs are trying to take away from us, man.
Right, exactly.
You just want your time and control,
Right, and we definitely gonna get to your creative side, you know what I'm saying. But let's go back to shit on the East, man. Before your brothers was even born, you know what I'm saying. Like, how was life for you?
I'm not too much older than my younger brothers. I'm only 3 years ahead of Josh. I'm 1 year ahead of Foster, so we pretty much grew up like right together. You know what I'm saying? Everything we did was together. Every aspect, with moms. I remember I am old enough to remember my dad being in the house and stuff like that. I know Josh probably don't remember too much of that. But I always listen to that Boosie song, life started from a bad memory, Daddy loved drugs. You know what I'm saying? Can't take this from him, he loved us. So he did, like the man, he was on them drugs and stuff, but like he always wanted to see us, man. We didn't even never understand. We like, dude, why you want to see us? You broke, you over here on crack. Come over there, he ain't got nothing but relish in the fridge, It was crazy, man. But
but that was his era though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shit, like he still had love for y'all then. You know what I'm saying? Like if he wanted to see y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because some niggas will say that they pops never even hit them.
Yeah. And my mom never shut it down. She never did the whole time. Like even though she might have thought that how he did her or whatever he did wrong. She never
bitterness.
Never was like, yo, y'all not going to go see him. She would gladly drop us out, and she would bring the food. You know what I'm saying? We started telling we was hungry. She have a bag of food. Take us over there. And that's how we got close to my grandma too, because we would always be there with him, and he'd take us across the street to see grandma. But those earlier years, man,
So how is it with two brothers? Because I'm the only child. So how is it? You know what I'm saying? Like with two brothers.
I know that. Yeah, two brothers. Well, with me being in my position as as always been the oldest, it was always like, just got to take the heat for whatever's happening.
Oh, okay.
And your parents kind of teach you to take the heat, right? So, both my mom and dad was always like, you got a toy or something. Oh, your little brother started crying for you, got to give it to him, man.
Okay,
And that's literally how life go the whole time. And as I grow and continue, I always had to understand. I had to continually keep telling myself, you the oldest. Like my dad always be like, you the oldest. And it's like you always got to continually tell yourself that over and over and over, because you be start to get to a point where you're like, man, life ain't fair. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's never fair. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then when you have your siblings, you're here, and I've always felt like I'm here to look out for them. Like I'm not supposed to need them. They're supposed to need me, right?
Okay, right.
Because I'm old. That's just really how I feel. But siblings, man, you gonna fight. you're gonna argue, you're gonna be. I mean, really, I think the best learning how to fight is having siblings. Okay, you know what I'm saying? If you got close cousins or siblings, bro, like you gonna have hands because you gonna fight. You gonna get it. Y'all gonna get it all the time, every day. It's always gonna be something. So,
okay, right.
Yeah, you gonna have some hands. So, and then with me being the oldest, I went into every situation by myself. So I would go in first, and then my brothers would come. I would always have to kind of show example or be there first, and then I always end up having to go into fights or whatever. I started, I went into Moon Middle School by myself, went into elementary by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like,
right.
So
exactly.
Always ready to go, man. So
then you got to come back and tell the stories, right?
Yep, come back and try to guide and say, hey, man, okay, this is what I seen. This is what happened to me. Don't go this route. Don't go this way. Try this route or whatever. And so, and coming up from where, like I said, we did grow up over there. Mainly, we grew up off of 36th and Lincoln. Over there, like where the old Brandy's was and all of that stuff. Okay, like we lived on Eubank Street. That was where we mainly grew up. But we probably there.
Oh, y'all stayed over there?
Yeah, probably about 8 years.
Yeah, my grandma stayed right over there too.
Yeah, my address was 640 East Eubank. So.
Oh, okay. What was it? A 2-bed, 3-bed? What?
It was like a 2-bedroom and a garage room or something.
Okay, yeah.
With a messed up door at the back, you know what I'm saying? And we had a couple of people pull a kick door in the neighborhood, and usually, when somebody do that, it usually be people be some dude in the neighborhood. It was these older cats used to be going around like.
Which I had to jump them or what?
Man, we was too young, man. Dudes would have beat us up, man. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, these dudes was like probably like 13 or something when I was probably about 9. You know what I'm saying? So 8 or 9. So I wouldn't be, we couldn't do nothing about that. But my sister was older. She could have handled some stuff up. But my sister like 7 years older than me. Which make her 10 years older than Josh and 8 over than Foster. So it was a lot of crazy just growing up like that. But like my mom and dad, like I said, we didn't start off with a broken home. We started off married. I was the love child, I'll say.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, my mom and dad got
started
married.
It all.
Yeah, they got married. They got married at 85. In August. Here I come in June. You had 9 months. That's what it is. August, September, early, whatever. Yeah. So I come. My birthday June 4th to be next Saturday.
Okay, already. Happy belated.
I'll be. We had started off like that. I came in. We were living in Midwest City, actually, over there, close to them apartments by the Panic Zone over there. That's where we started off at. Yeah. And then I came, and I don't really know too much after that. Foster came shortly after that. And then Josh came, and then that's when they started to kind of split up. But then we ended up moving to over off of 7th Street over there, down the street from Dunbar. Okay. And that's where I went to like kindergarten, 1st grade. And that's when my parents officially got split. After that, they was gone after that. So was it tough after the split? Like, did you know the difference? Yeah, most definitely. Like my mom, we ended up moving in with my grandmother out on the south side, and that's when just really everything. That's when all the hard times really started. You know what I'm saying? Sheets for curtains and stuff, socks for washing towels. Getting hand-me-downs. I be quoting all them songs. It'd be like, man, it really happened to me. Like,
real shit. Just a typical life in the hood, right?
Well, and I don't even know if it was typical, because I be feeling like sometimes I be like, man, at least people had like water and stuff like that. Like, bro, we had a hot water heater, did work, man. We had a water to take baths. It was crazy, man. Right. But and we did it for years, and I don't know, it was just like but my mama, she was working on trying to own a house. She was always trying to do something, but it was just like, her just being a woman in that time, probably not too much she could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was doing the best she could. So and I think that's why that resilience in us, that's what we have, that resilience. That's why we was able to continue to finish college, all that stuff, because of that resilience that she had. It just kept us going. Like, she just was resilient throughout everything that was going on. She kept pushing, she kept finishing everything, and it really spawned us to, like, no matter what, like, it's end of freshman year and she died, and I still keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Still keep going. So that resilience in there is really what keeps us going, man. I don't even know. It's sometimes it be like, where does this even come from? I look back and be like, how did I do that? Like, for real, like, how did I even get through that? Yeah. Right.
Okay, so y'all all pretty smart, though. You know what I'm saying? So where did that come from? You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of the smarts come from both, but my dad, I think it was my dad. My dad was real. Man, he was a real headstrong dude, man.
Okay.
But until the drugs got a hold of him. But you know, if you ask my family, ask like my cousins, aunties, whatever, like people that's older than us, they'll all say like, man, you know, Uncle Daryl, man, he was the man, da 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 da.
Yeah.
But like we only know this other version of him, right? Because by the time we got here, this is when he getting on the drugs and stuff.
Okay, right.
So we didn't really know him like that. But as far as it go, like with him, as far as him coming up, like that's all I remember. And you know, my mom, I don't remember too much about like her academia or whatever, but.
So did they push it in y'all though?
Oh yeah. It was like man, I would cry if I had a C. You feel me? Like that's how bad. That's how bad it was. If I got a C, it was like an Asian kid. You know, the Asian kids want to be real smart.
So did you get in trouble for a C?
Nah, man. It was just like they wanted to push you harder, but I felt like I was like because of the stronghold they had in the house. Like they wanted you to succeed so good. Like you felt like you was disappointing them. Okay. And so it was kind of like
that's how you should feel, right?
Man. Yeah.
Right, because. Like you just said, like the Asian and the foreigners, like if they get a B, then they feel like they letting the
whole family,
they foreign parents down. You know what I'm saying? Right. Okay.
And that's how I feel, and I'm pretty sure you know Josh Foster felt the same way. But I know I felt that way. I remember, because I remember like what was that? Like I was probably like early. I was real young when it happened though. I got like a C in something in like second grade or something. I was second crying. Grade, like, man, like damn. Can't believe this happened. I got a C. What? So yeah, it was crazy like that. Yeah.
Right. So, man, was there anybody that went to college in your family, like before you?
There were a few, but they were like way older, and I didn't really know about them. Like a lot of people on my mom's side of the family went. My dad's side of the family, at none. Like I don't know nobody. My dad was probably the closest to do something like that. He went to the military. He was a Marine. For probably about maybe 2 years or something like that, and then he had a foot issue, so and he kind of used that as a crutch his whole life, and I really didn't like that about him. You know what I'm saying? It's like you always have something as a crutch, like you gotta like fight through whatever your ailment or whatever your something that's wrong with you. You gotta push through that, man. Like you don't use it as a handicap to keep yourself from doing what you need to do, man. So
right,
yeah. So I felt like my dad did that a lot, but.
So did you play sports?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I played football. I even tried to walk on at Oklahoma State.
Okay. Already.
Because I think did you came a year after, right? Like, what year?
I came in 06.
Oh, you came in 06? I thought you was there 05. Okay, you 06.
Yeah, I was 05.
Okay.
But I came to the school in 06, but I was already down there and shit.
Okay. So yeah, I came on the campus in 04, and I remember I tried to. My asthma was real bad, and that's really what stopped me from playing football. Just having that bad asthma and not really having like, I guess all they used to supply was like asthma and steroids and stuff like that.
So was it a difference? Like, can you tell the difference from the high school and that?
When
OSU?
When I did the little, I guess the workout thing to try to get there. Oh yeah, it was definitely intense. Yeah, it was intense. I was like,
that's D1. Like that.
D1. But see, that was the only way I wanted it, man. See, like for me, like I knew if I wanted to, I probably could have did some JUCO or something like that.
Right. Exactly.
But I was like, I want the best or nothing. Like that was how I felt, you know. So it was like I'm either gonna make it here or I'm not doing it. And that was just, I don't know. That was just my 17, 18-year-old mind, like, yo, if I ain't going D1, I don't want it. And that was just kind of that was my mindset. So, so I ended up, but I always knew I had a good backing. I always knew that I was smart, and I always knew that I had art. You know what I'm saying? And
okay, so when did the art start then? Could you say that you always knew it? Yeah,
I've been an artist since I was a kindergarten, man. I remember when I was 5, and I had this teacher named Miss Booker. Shout out to Miss Booker. I'm not sure if she's still here or not, but I don't know if you know Shannon Muse now. Her name Muse now, but Shannon Booker is her original name. Okay. That's her grandmother.
Oh, okay.
And her grandmother was my kindergarten teacher, man. Oh, okay. Like, she was an artist, yo. And
she seen something in you?
Yeah, she was seeing something in me already that early. And I was like better than the average kid, And as I went through elementary and all that, I was always drawing cartoons, whatever I could see. And as I got older, it just honed in me. Like most of my teachers, like I always excel in art class, stuff like that. That was middle school, whatever. Like whatever science we was doing, that was my thing. Like I'm always doodling, getting stuff going. And so by the time I got to high school, man, like I ended up coming to college with like 6 credits, I think, with art, just because of just doing what I do. Yeah, I got a couple of. Okay,
so when did they see it in you to give you credit?
I did some shows. When I was in Midwest City, I did a couple of shows that was like outside of the school. I've always excelled. I knew art was my thing because I always excel in it.
So what type of artist are you?
I'm a portrait artist. I like to do portraiture.
Okay.
My favorite thing to do, because I feel like it's one of the hardest things for people to do. A lot of people can't really draw portraiture, but the people that can, like, they get it. And in my opinion, I feel like the nose is when you get people's face.
Okay.
If you don't get that nose right, if you don't get the nose right, it's gonna throw it off. Because everybody, you can do some eyes.
Okay.
If you miss that nose, it's over for you.
Right.
But yeah, I like doing portrait art. That'll be my favorite. Yeah, that's how I got started. But that's what got me started going into graphics and all the other stuff, because I was like thinking like, man, as an artist, how am I gonna make money? Like, am I gonna just go and do art? But when you go into art class, they teach you how to get money. Like, they teach you how to market yourself and get into museums and all that. Yeah, you learn how to do that stuff, but it's up to you.
And what class is this?
This was we had like life drawing classes, stuff like that.
At what school?
At Oklahoma State. Yeah, that's what I got there. So like, you know how like
I thought you were still talking about high school.
Oh no.
Okay.
High school is just honing the skills really and getting better, and college is like really like making you learn what you do best.
So you went to OSU as an artist?
I did.
I didn't know that.
Well, first I came in and because I was trying to find a niche for that.
Why OSU for you though?
Just really so we had the OLAP, and it's really simple for me. We had OLAP, which of course they paid for the tuition and all of that. There would have been no college if we didn't get signed up for that. Like, straight up, like my moms didn't have no money, nobody had no money, so is
OLAP still around? I don't even be hearing people talk about that.
I'm not sure if it is, but I hope it is, man, because it really pulled us out of poverty, man. Like, literally, like,
what did OLAP do for you though?
It allowed,
like, what did they pay?
They paid for tuition, and that was pretty much it. They didn't pay.
As long as you were smart enough and you was doing your job and shit?
Literally, the only thing that gets you in is if your parents make $50,000 or less. If you come from a household of $50,000 or less, you can get an OLAP to sponsor your college anywhere in the state of Oklahoma. Anywhere in the state of Oklahoma. You didn't know about that?
I didn't care about college. I didn't care shit about college, but I didn't know.
So how did you end up going to college? You didn't care nothing about it. Yeah.
Nigga, I went to NOC.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's how you just. Oh, so you was at NOC. You were never at Oklahoma?
I was at Seminole.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Then I had a girl out there. You know what I'm saying. So the back way to OSU and Seminole, there's a connection back way. You know what I'm saying, nigga? So I'll just hit the road, nigga. So that's why y'all was already seeing me, man, before I was even enrolled. Y'all was seeing me on the weekends and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I just assume when people say, I just assumed he was in school. You know what I'm saying? I never even, I'll be questioning niggas like what you doing here? Like some white people or some shit. Like, like this lady, the other day, this lady on the elevator, she was like, she got on there, she like, you on them hotels where you got to have your car to get upstairs. She was, I lost my car. And I was just like, hey, man, ain't none of my business. You ain't got no bomb or nothing. Shit. Go on upstairs.
Right.
You ain't trying to kill nobody in there.
Right. But so you didn't even have to like second guess your
I did a couple of times. So
you
remember
did?
I said
as an artist you second guess yourself?
Yeah, because I knew that I could draw. I knew I was an artist. I knew I could paint, draw, whatever. I knew I had that skill. But going to college to me meant finding a way to really live, like how I'm gonna make money. And so when I went into it, at first I started out wanting to be an architect. Okay. And I was like, then I realized being an architect was like, it was just too much drafting. It really wasn't a lot of art. It wasn't giving me the opportunity to be creative. It was just more like, you got to get this.
The measurements down. Yeah, you got to get everything down crisp.
And I was like, this ain't going to be for me. So I switched. I fastly switched out of that. I ain't going to say really quick. Before the semester was, I think I might have been maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a month, and I was like, that ain't for me. And then I went to the counselor, and she was like, well, what about like graphic design? I didn't really even know what graphic design was, and so I got into those classes, and I started doing it. And I did that for a year, and then they had this review there at Oklahoma State, and they would say with the review you had to go through, and you had to have like an illustration class, a graphic design class, and a typography class. You had to lay stuff out and decide, and so they had the professors review you to see if you could get in. And so I didn't get in on the first try. So like I'm, like 19, something like that. So the next time I ended up doing it again, and I worked one-on-one with a professor. Still didn't get in, right? So I'm like,
well, they didn't like your art.
I don't even know what was that. I just think it was something else.
Okay.
Ain't gonna speak on, but like, cause I was about to go on some affirmative action about it, but I was like, you know what? Nah, I know what I gotta go back to do. And that's when I went back to my art, because I know that's where I'm going to win.
Okay, right.
I knew my win was there, but I needed to do that. But what I continued to do was hone my craft in the graphics, because I always had the mindset to be like, you know what? Nobody can tell you what you can't do, period. Like, nobody can tell you what you can't do. Like, if you want to do it, all it takes is you to do it.
Exactly.
And so that's why I started, like, you see, I started doing flyers for people on campus. I had stuff cracking, like, because this is what I'm gonna do. I don't care what these people say.
So what you had to get, like what program was you making that on campus?
Photoshop, Illustrator, and Design.
Okay.
I've been using those 3 programs since 2006, and I'm.
So you had a cool laptop.
Yeah. I bought the desktop.
Okay, you bought the desktop.
I had it at home.
Okay, already.
And then I would use the computer lab sometime. And but yeah, I got out of there, and then that's when I just went into fine art, and that's when I had that show. I don't know if you remember, I had the art shows and stuff like that at the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
And I ended up having one here in Oklahoma City too. I was the first Momentum spotlight artist to ever do it from college. Like, most of the time they always had somebody that wasn't in college.
Okay, right.
I was the first person to do it that young.
Okay, right.
I was a spotlight artist for the whole Momentum show, and so that was pretty big. That was a pretty big deal.
See, it's cool to be an artist now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to have art now. You know what I'm saying? But back then, that wasn't cool like that, though.
Exactly, I know.
And you were still pushing it on campus, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, throwing shows now.
As a black man, too.
As a black man. You know what I'm saying? But now, man, that shit'll go all the way up, though. Because it's the cool thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, like, I commend you, man, for being a true artist, because you bringing back the memories. Like, yeah, like you was throwing shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to bring something different.
That's all I knew. And then, like, I remember, you remember Sean Jones, right?
Yeah.
So I'm still friends with him to this day, man.
Yeah.
So we in Dallas.
Shout out Sean Jones.
Yeah, he was telling me that the other day. He said, man, I remember we be on campus, you talking about this art stuff, and you was finna do it. And he said, I was looking at you like, dude, how you gonna do this art thing?
Right.
Like, and I said, I should just tell him, bro, I don't know. All I know is if I continue to do what I love to do, I'm gonna win. And that's it. And that's
there's a lot of starving artists, though, bro. Like, art is not appreciated like it should be. So, so for you to have that mindset, man, that's crazy, because there's still like a lot of artists who ain't cracked like that. That's good as fuck, though. You know what I'm saying?
But it's about how you market yourself. Like,
it is.
And a lot of artists don't understand that. They're just all about, I'm finna be creative, I'm gonna do this. But like, marketing yourself is how you win. Like, it's not about like, I just know how to do art, because how is people gonna find you? You can do the art all day, but who gonna find you to actually showcase it, right? So if you don't know how to market, so I think that's how I ended up coming into the space of being able to, like, I think that's why my path was the way it was. Okay,
right.
You're gonna go through this graphic design because you're finna learn how to market yourself and stuff. Then I'm gonna bring you back into your art. So now you got the skill to market yourself and do your art. So if I ever wanted to just break out and like, you know what, I'm gonna start just painting and start getting myself into the museums doing that, I know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I've been pushed. You know, I get pushed every year, especially living in Dallas. Oh my gosh, like,
man, there's a lot of nice artists.
It's always a push to be in art, and I'd be like, man, I gotta.
So do you go to the shows out there?
No, I haven't been. I be kind of. It's kind of like I don't want to say it, but it's like, you know, when you know you good at something, you don't want to go around and be around it, because you be like, it's gonna. Be you like, gonna man,
judge it. You gonna
I'll be judging and be like, I know I need to do that, or you know, and so and it kind of like, and if you're not ready, it's like I don't feel like I'm ready for it or something. I don't know. I do need to start at least just doing a few pieces a year or something.
Oh yeah.
But it's definitely hard when you on your own and you trying to make make these bills happen. You know, there's inflation, there's money. We own it, so but yeah.
So you graduate from OSU, you know what I'm saying? And then what? How many years did it take you to move to Dallas?
When I graduated from OSU, let's see, that was 2009. I didn't move to Dallas till 2016.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. So was you in the city?
Yeah, I was here in the city. I was here in OKC.
Okay. So how was that after college?
Well, I started working for FedEx, and I was a production, but everything kind of like led me to where I was supposed to be. It was crazy. I started working for FedEx production, and then I started doing I did a production artist there for like a year, and then really shortly after that, man, I found this ad in a newspaper. I was looking on I think it was an ad on Craigslist or something for this job working in the field. Like it was like doing something just random, but they was talking about they was gonna pay $18.50, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't care what it is. For $18.50, I'm finna do it, right? And this is like what? This is what 2010, 2011.
Oh yeah.
So $18.50 a lot of money, and you what 24, 23, 24. I'm like $18.50. So, but it was like doing like center pivots. You ever seen them center pivots in the country? They big old huge things that water the farms and stuff. So I ended up finding that a job doing like into that. But when I came in for the interview, the CEO, he seen my resume and stuff, and he's like went to my webs. I had a little website up showcasing some art and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I know you applied for this. I said, I think I got something else I want you to do. End up making a position for me, doing graphic design, building their brochures, all that. And then as I was there, of course, I don't really know nothing really like as far, because like remember they kicked me out the graphic design program, so I'm only knowing what I know from that.
Right.
And then rewind that back. Also, senior year, I was up there. I used to work in the lab all the time, be up there doing stuff for people on campus, right? Because my classes was art now. I wasn't doing graphic design no more, but I would be in the lab like working on stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, because as long as you were a student, you had access to the lab and stuff. So I'd be in there on my off time. Like when I'm done doing my art classes, I was in the lab working on graphics, trying to get stuff out, flyers, whatever. So I'm learning and honing my skill. So one time, one of the professors, he was a newer professor. He wasn't there when I went through the reviews. This white dude from New York. Never forget, he came up to him. He was like, man, you be in here more than my students, right? Because now he a new professor at Oakland. He's like, you be in here more than our students. I was like, yeah. He's like, why you not in the program? I said, man, you got to ask your colleagues. I have no idea, man. I said, I tried twice.
Right.
I said, I have no clue why I'm not. But on some real, like I really started to see, there was a guy named Michael Mentor before me, Michael Mentor. He was at Oklahoma State, and he went through the graphic design program. They didn't let him in. I go through. Let me in. These are all black men. Dude behind me from Tulsa, I forgot his name, but they ain't let him in. And I even had a conversation with him. I said, man, be careful. It seemed like there's like a trend where they ain't letting black men in this program or something. Right. I don't know what's up with that. You know what I'm saying? Right. But
and y'all got the skills for this.
We got the skills. We artists. You know what I'm saying? Right. And, but it was like black women was able to go through it with no problem. But it was like for. And it's only like one. Like I was the only one. I think Michael Mentor was the only one. And I can't remember bro name, but I remember he was from Tulsa. And I remember telling him like, just be on the lookout, have a backup plan, because these, for some reason it seemed like they ain't really letting us in. I don't know what's up. But then it's only like one of us in the whole program. You would think they try to do a little diversity or something. Right. And then they got cats in there 44 years old, all that. Like, bro, can you give a young dude the opportunity? This cat 44, he should know this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I think there should have been a little affirmative act. I probably should have led the way on that when that happened, because there was something up with that program. But it is what it is.
So did that new professor say anything?
I didn't really speak on him too much about it, but I don't know if he ever said something. But what happened with the new professor? He said, well, do you mind? He said you want to do some classes or something with me. He's like, it's an elective or something. He's like, because I told him, I was like, it was my senior year then. Yeah. And he's like, well, you want to see if I can help you hone any more crafts, maybe do something. He's like, because you seem like you're really dedicated. And I was like, heck yeah. So like I got with him, and I just did one-on-ones as an elective after my work to like hone the craft of like he taught me how to do vector work and different stuff like that, so which helped me spawn into the workforce. Right. And so when I got that,
so that's even better though, the one-on-one.
Oh yeah. And see, I did one-on-one with Phil True for the first review, the second review that I did, and I still didn't make it in too. So that it was just like, so it was like whatever. So everything, in order to succeed, you got to get some failures, right? You got to get hit. So you got to take some hits. So yeah,
man. So how do you start in Dallas? Would you have some connections out there or what? So or just hit the ground running?
What got me into Dallas, man, was straight just doing just marketing myself, networking myself. So when I was in Oklahoma City, I joined the Black Chamber. Shout out to the Black Chamber of Commerce, man. Very good help for business. business owners, people out here. If you're a business owner,
what is that?
Get connected, man. The Chamber of Commerce is just like, it's just a group of people that's business owners, and they gonna hone you and help you get to your next level, what you're trying to do. So you just getting around to other business owners. Like if you got something or a skill that they can use it. So when I joined,
how much is that?
It's like, I think it was like $50. It was cheap. It was nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna get your ROI. It's gonna come to you like it was nothing. So I'll tell you how I got started. I don't know. I just heard about it one time. I don't know if it was Facebook or whatever. And this lady named Sharon Jackson, she was over it at the time. And she just was like, she's like, I went to a meeting or something. And I used to like leave work. I was ambitious, man. Like I leave work like, hey, I got a doctor's appointment just to go do some networking.
Right.
Or get like, I was hustling. I was on some hustle for real. Right. I wasn't playing. So I'll be like, yo, I go, because I think they had their meetings on like Tuesday mornings or something.
Oh,
so
real?
You literally had to be an entrepreneur to get it. So if you ain't got that leap of faith to think like, man, I gotta go get it. Right. Like I know I gotta go to work today, but hey, tell a lie, hey man, I gotta go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? So get yourself where you need to be, man.
Exactly, man, because it's your time, it's your life.
Exactly, it's your life. So you can't take it by the horn. So I told him that, I said, I should tell my job that, hey, I'm gonna go over here and do this. So I go over there. And she told me one time, she's like, I don't know, I can't guarantee you nothing. She's like, but I got like 3,000 contacts. And if you pay to get in, I'm going to make sure you got access to all of them. And I joined, bro. They didn't have no graphic designer. Nobody was doing graphic design. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they got some people up here now,
Right.
I heard DeMarco, a couple of cats, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But back then, we talking about what, 2012?
Right.
Something like that. So, like, nobody... Ain't no black graphic designers
especially
out here.
Especially no graduate.
Yeah, and now college graduate, all that. So, bro, I'm in the game. So, like, as I get in, she start like, over here, I'm working for Florence's restaurant. Like everybody in OKC up and down, and I'm just winning, man. I'm at the church. I'm doing stuff at the church.
Yeah,
people at the church. I was at Prospect Church. Everybody at the church, they got me doing stuff. People that got a business there. So it was just start booming. And so next thing I know, I meet this lady I was working communications at the church. She had a friend or a cousin or something in Dallas, had me do all I did was do a $40 ad or something for her kids' graduation. This woman, this woman told everybody in Dallas, I swear, I don't know. And so next thing I know, I got a client over here, this lady in Cedar Hill, this girl in Dallas, DeSoto, and like I'm just doing little stuff. Right. But they blowing it up like, oh my God, this is like the best design ever. And I'm like, well, I only charge you $35 to do that. You know what I'm saying? But it was just in the plan. It was in the work. So I think I had about maybe 8, 9 people that I was working with consistently. By that time, I was like, the money is there. And so, like I said, I was making money here, but I always felt like I was going to always have to do something extra. But now I'm learning you still going to have to do something extra. Right. It ain't going to matter. But I always had dreams of getting out of Oklahoma. Like I didn't even want to go to school here, bro. To be honest, in the beginning, I wanted to get out of the state from the gate. Okay. But because I had the OLAP and then I had a valedictorian scholarship from Midwest City, I graduated with a 4.16 GPA, man. So I've always been on one. Yeah. I stayed being an AP honors student. 4.16. Damn. I ain't playing out here. Yeah. So I did that, and I once I got. But yeah, that's what kept me in Oklahoma. Because if I didn't have anything and I would have just tried to get it, with scholarship or not, I'd have been trying to get up out of here. I wanted to go to school in Louisiana. I'd applied for like Xavier, LSU, Miami. I had a lot of offer letters because of my GPA and stuff. I was doing. So I had offer letters, but the main thing was just like, man, I don't know. I do want to go out of state, but I knew I didn't have a lot of money like that. So once that, I learned about the OLAP, my mom had already signed us up. I didn't even know about it. Oh, she did? So my mom signed us up. And we was in like, you have to sign up between 8th and 10th grade. So if it's still out there, everybody,
mama, man,
real talk.
8th and 10th grade?
Between 8th and 10th grade. So that means that you got to be on it, and your parents really got to see something in you and be on it. So
that's
everybody out there, man, listen, you in Oklahoma, find out about it. It can change your life. It has changed me and my brother's life, changed my family's life. Because it's like, they always say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Or we coming out with no straps. You feel me? Like we don't have no bootstraps. Exactly. So this is an opportunity where they're giving you some straps to put in your boots. Now you just got to make it happen. Right. But your parents and your people has got to be the ones to lead it and look into the future for you. And that was what my mom did. She had us look at she was looking into the future for us, and not even knowing that she wasn't even gonna be here, man.
Right.
She was already looking into the future for us, so she had signed us up.
Yeah, but she already signed y'all up, so you got to have a parent that care about your education.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of even parents don't even know about that shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah. So if you don't know, now you know. It's out here. I said it, and I'm telling you, it will change the dynamics of your family, because and like literally, you can go to any school in Oklahoma. Tulsa, OU, OSU, whatever. They'll pay the full tuition for you. I've lived it. I'm a living example of it happening and it working. Because there's no way me and my brothers would have been no school at all if it wasn't for that.
Right. Right. So have you ever felt what it feels to be like a starving artist? You know what I'm saying? Because if you was cracking out the gate from OSU up until now, I don't even think that you really felt like what it.
Well, starving artist per se, just depending on, like, say for maybe if I was a painter and all I did was that, maybe, right?
Okay.
Now I'm not gonna say that I ain't had no pitfalls in my business, man. That's peaks and valleys, bro.
Oh yeah.
I done had some overdraft fees. I done had, you know what I'm saying? It done happen. You feel me? Like, and transitioning from being married to not, and you know, all of that. Like, I've definitely had pitfalls and it's not like I'm like I've super made it. You feel me? Like I'm still on my way. You know what I'm saying? Even right now at this moment, like I'm still on my way.
But you living off your art though.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people want to do that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to be very grateful for that position though. You know what I'm saying? Now real talk.
I'm grateful, but I'm also confident. Like, you know, I'm like Kanye, man. I'm a Gemini like Kanye. So like I'm like, yo, I know what I can do. So you ain't gonna stop me. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, right? So yeah.
Have you always been that confident? Do you call it cocky or confident?
I think it's both. Hell, like I'm cocky and confident.
So yeah. So does Hill get that from you?
I don't know. I think it's just it might just be in our DNA, man. To be honest, I don't even think I don't think it's just like he learned. I mean, I know he looked up to me as his older brother, because you know I was really all he had to see. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we do still have our DNA. Like I said, my dad was very headstrong. Mom was real resilient. So, and Josh a Gemini too. You know what I'm saying? Josh's birthday, 9 days after mine. So
now that you say the Kanye and the it's like,
think about it. Yeah, all the Geminis, you know, how was they? They were all cocky and confident. Tupac, big. Damn. Like they all were like, shit. I wish you would tell me I can't do something. Like, you know, think about it. Think about Kanye. They all think like that. So that's literally like just what it is to be.
Oh God, that's what it is. And Foster, I mean, he just so laid back.
Yeah. Foster was Cancer. His birthday was July 12th, and so Foster, he definitely was always. So
what did he soak it up from both of y'all? Being in the middle,
Foster, to me, I feel like Foster kind of always had his own path, man. Because like even when Foster's only a year away from me, right? But Foster never was like a follower of me. Foster, he respected the space of me being his older brother, but he was never like. He was just like, hey, I see you, bro. I'm over here, but I'm finna do this. Like Foster was always like that. Now, a few things he did, like when I played football, he would come out. He came out to play football, and I used to tell him like, man, you know, do your thing. You like basketball. Do your thing. You know, you don't have to come try to be. But he wanted to do some Randy Moss stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got taller, so he thought he was Moss. You know, he gonna Moss some people. Yeah. But you know, we all couldn't see. Well, Josh the only one that got 20/20. Me and Foster came. I'm wearing contacts. Foster used to have to wear them goggles, man. Yeah. Like, he couldn't see nothing. Right. Yeah, man. Right. That's my bros, man. But yeah, Foster was kind of always, even when we were in high school, all that, we never really like kicked it. Cause it wasn't like we was just like, it was like a hate thing or nothing. It was just like we just didn't click like that. Right? Okay, right. I know he my brother, but we didn't have a closeness where we could click. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess his personality trait, mine, I was very outgoing, party like, and Foster was like, y'all just want to be at the crib playing video games, man. Like I'm gonna get on some hoes, whatever, but I'm gonna be at the house on the video game. I ain't really trying to be out in the street with them. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm gonna try to pick a chick up off MySpace or something, or Black Planet. Right. So yeah, or he would piggyback on a girlfriend I had. Like if I had a girl, he'd be like, yo, she got a little sister or something, and like we did stuff like that. We got caught in the house one time, and Miles came in, girl in the refrigerator, like, what you doing in my refrigerator? Like, oh, God, she came home early, we wasn't expecting.
Right. Oh God.
So I'm in back with the sister, Foster up front with the other sister. My mama came home, called us, man. I was like, yeah, we was living in the panic zone then.
Okay.
We lived over there off of Windsor Way, 281 Windsor Way. We were there my junior and about half of my senior year.
Okay.
And then we moved back to the east side. We was on 26th Street, and that's where my mom died at, in that house where we were at. And we was in that house. We was there for, I guess, maybe about a year and a half. Because I was there. When I graduated from Midway City, I was there. And then that's when they ended up transferring over to Millwood.
Okay.
Because Foster didn't learn how to drive. I was trying to teach him how to drive, but that boy didn't listen. And he was trying to, I was just like, man. And he ran my car to a trash can one day. I said, nah, bro, get out. So I was trying to help him, but I told him, I said, bro, you got to learn how to drive because mom's going to need some help, man. And he never got it, at least while I was trying to train him, he didn't get it. So
yeah, but
he eventually learned. I don't know who taught him or whatever, how he got there, but he eventually learned. But I had been driving since I was about 14, so I used to drive us to church and stuff.
Okay, for real?
My mom's would let me just drive, so because she started getting sick, in those later years.
Okay,
really and man, I thought my mom wasn't gonna make it past my high school. She started really getting real sick in like 03. She was getting these boxes to the house and she had diabetes and stuff. So these boxes would be coming to the house where she had to do dialysis at the house.
Okay.
And so we would have to be bringing her boxes every night for her to do dialysis right there in the house, man. It was really crazy, yeah. And so I was like 17 thinking like, I'm trying to have all my dreams and goals in front of me, whether it be football or art or whatever. And, I'm still at the house trying to figure out and focus like, man, what's going to happen to moms? And, I know I got these two little brothers, and I would be helping all the time, even sometimes with bills. Like I always kept a job, even though I was playing sports and all that. Man, I worked at the zoo. I worked at Frontier City, Oklahoma City Parks and Recreation. Like I was always doing some kind of hustle, trying to just keep things afloat. Man, it was definitely not no easy task being the older brother, but I did what I had to do to make stuff work.
Oh yeah, man. So how do you deal with the losses, man? I mean, you experienced like 2 major losses in your family.
Man. Okay, my
3.
Dad too, man.
Okay, right.
Even though Pops was like not really on it like that, he started going to jail. He really didn't start going to jail until later years. I was about 12, 13 when he started going to jail. This dude, he was just kind of crazy, man. Like he ended up getting in trouble because he called that he didn't get his VA check or something one day.
Okay, yeah.
So he calls down. Yeah, he calls down and tell him he done made a bomb and he about to blow something up. This is like 2 years after the murder. The bomb.
Oh yeah.
They came to pick his ass up. Like, your ass gotta go. Like we just had this bomb and like you tripping, man. So pops ended up. So this is when he starts going into this cycle of going to jail. But before that, he was just on drugs and had his girlfriend or whatever, and he wasn't really. But yeah, after that, man, it was in and out. And I remember he went that time, then he ended up getting out closer when I was about to graduate, and then he did something with some chick and she got him locked back up. And he didn't make it to my high school graduation. And then of course, but my mom was there. But Foster, man, that was suck. Foster didn't get nobody his, both his graduations, both parents was not there. You know what I'm saying? My mom missed his because my mom died right before his. And then his college graduation, I think my dad had just went back to jail right before he, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he made it to Josh. I think my dad was out again and he made it to Joshua's high school graduation.
Okay.
I don't think he made it to Josh's college graduation, but he made it to his high school. So me and Josh at least had one of our parents at our high school graduation.
Yeah.
I think I had my dad. I had both my parents. I had my dad and my dad was at my college one.
Oh, okay.
And he wasn't at my high school, but my mom was at my high school. I was the only one that really got both parents at both. So like, I can see, like I said, a lot of the abandonment things. But the way I deal with it, with the losses, bro, to answer your question, again, I guess it's just the resilience. I do know I've been to counseling. I've counseled with 2 counselors already. And if ever I feel like I need some more, like if I'm going through something, whatever in life, and I'm feeling like I'm just down, like I'll pick it back up. You know what I'm saying? But I'll drop it because I'll be like, I want to be paying for something that I feel like let me get out here and learn from it again. Like I've talked to you about it. Okay, let me go get some experience to see if how I use this information and turn it into wisdom, because that's what knowledge, like you're gonna get knowledge, like get the knowledge but turn it into wisdom, start applying it. And a lot of people just be out here, I got the knowledge. Well, get the wisdom. You got the knowledge, apply it and make it work for you, like break experience, get experience out of it. Right. So not just get knowledge all the time. So that's what I try. That's what I continue to do. You know, let me gain this knowledge. Now let me apply it. Let me get this wisdom. And so when it comes to dealing with the deaths and the close deaths like that, it's really no other way. But I know it does. It makes me really hard to deal with, I think, sometimes, like when it comes to like women or and just like in the world, because like I don't look at people like when people leave my life, it's just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I don't have I don't know what to call it, but like a way, like I don't really care about closure. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where my issue is like somebody be like, oh, well, you know, I just need some closure. And I'm like, shit, the fact that you left was good enough for me, you know, because like when somebody die, man,
I think I'm like that too.
Yeah, when somebody die, you don't get no closure. Like they gone. Like it ain't nothing. You couldn't have no last conversation. You couldn't have no, you know, like that. So it's go over with. So like so now I deal with life like that almost. Like, and I think, and I don't like that.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't like it, but it just be in me because like that's when, because some people try to turn this savage on and be like, yo, I'm way more savage, I promise you, right? Like my mind, I'll be like, you gonna cry before me, I tell you, like you'll cry before I will. But you know, it's just the way, and I don't like the way that is, man, but it just be that way. But
people try to play with you though.
Exactly.
No, for real though.
They do.
Like people would try to, and they know exactly what they doing. So I don't be sparing people because I know that they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we too grown not to know.
You not to know.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, and especially especially with women, man. Yeah.
Oh man.
Like come on, ma. Like we done already had this conversation. You know what I'm saying? And you just still and I don't know why, but I think and Sean was telling me about like how, you know, because he lived with me and Josh, right? So he was telling me about how we like to like really try to explain and teach women stuff, and he's like, most dudes ain't gonna do that stuff, right? Like most dudes ain't gonna be like,
because they should know,
right?
So
he like, I ain't teaching nothing, and I said, I don't know, it's just in me where I'm like, I'm trying to get her to get this, because like even if she ain't good for me, I want her to be better for the next. Like I'm working for the community here, right? So I want my brother to experience a good woman, right? So I'm gonna teach you here, so when you go out, even if we don't work, this next brother can get a good woman out of you, not some just what you came to me as, right?
Exactly.
And so I would rather tell her and let her, instead of her just continually in this perpetuation of thinking she know what it is and she's totally lost, and every time she meet it, it's the same thing keep happening.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell them like, listen, this is gonna happen every time until you learn this lesson. I'm gonna tell her like, this is what's gonna happen to you.
Because ain't no man gonna put up with that.
Nobody's gonna put up with it. And you got a man that's actually explaining to you what can happen. But if you don't listen, that's
but they don't want to take accountability though.
That is the issue, bro. That is the issue.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So but all you can do is say, listen, I did my good Samaritan part to try to teach you, and I tried to tell you. So if you don't look at it in that way, if you look at like somebody just trying to tell you what to do, blah blah blah, then hey, all right, you know, that's all you can really say. So
so with you being married before, what did you think of Kevin Samuels' message?
Bruh, Kevin Samuels' message, don't he try to get me beat up?
Nah.
you know they was mad, happy that the man died and shit, like fucking evil motherfucker. Y'all some evil motherfucking goddamn women, evil as fuck.
Nah, for real.
Kevin Samuels, man, I actually posted it on Facebook, and I only learned about him probably in the last couple of years. I had not been on him like since the beginning.
Okay,
when he was teaching the dudes and all of that stuff. He you know, I came around I probably been listening to him maybe 2020 somewhere in there. So I wasn't really on him the whole time, but what he was saying is facts, man. When it comes to what he's saying, like, and I think we all deal with it as men, like, you know, and a lot of men,
especially black men,
but a lot of men are scared to just say what it is, and so, like, and I deal with it all the time where you, like, you know, men know that they want to sweet talk women. Like I know if I sweet talk, I can get her, but like if you tell a woman what it is, they be so scared that they not gonna get the draw, so they won't say what it is. Like but the more, but like what Moneybag say, like the more you are, like you keep it real, like you're gonna get more than what you think, because if you keep it 100, they never heard you, they never heard that message before, so now they intrigued to be like, man, like he talked to me like that, and it kind of like, ooh, like, you know, he turned me, I can't believe he just said that to me, right? And so you get a little bit more out of them when you can be upfront and you can be honest with, rather than trying to sweeten. And that's why I tell everyone, I'm like, listen, I may not say the right thing to you all the time, but I'm gonna treat you right. You will always get treated right. But I may not speak to you the way you want to be speak to, or all that. But you gonna always get fair and good treatment. And that's what you should focus on, not wait somebody talking to you. Now, this was what happened in your whole life. You've been getting talked out your panties, and you ain't learned nothing.
Exactly.
That's why you're still in the same predicament right now.
Right.
And so all that man was doing was, in my opinion, he was just trying to bring families together, man. Like, he wanted the black community to come together and have families again. And that's mainly what his message was. And it was about, like you said, accountability, telling this woman, hey, you got to be like this, this, and this in order to get a man. And if you want a man of this certain caliber, you got to have this. And that's really it. And then before that, he was telling men the same thing. Exactly. How you think you finna have Beyonce and the baddest chick, and you ain't got, you making 30 a year, you out of shape, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna get all of that? She wants the same thing. She wants this and this, and you want this. So that's really, in my opinion, that's all the man was saying. Yeah, he was, he had to do some stuff for comic relief. He had a show, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. It's a show, right? So he got to do some stuff to kind of ruffle some feathers or make some ratings. I mean, he was a marketing genius, really.
Oh, in my opinion. He was.
So, and that was it. Like, he was marketing himself, and he was talking. And
you in that realm, so you know about marketing.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to get eyes on you these days. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's searching for clout. You know what I'm saying?
And if you do something that's funny, like, because nobody want to hear nothing that's just straight to the facts, right? Like, if you just on here spitting straight facts, telling people what it is, man, you ain't getting nothing. Ain't nobody trying to hear none of that.
Right.
And you can even see it on your own time. Like, if you posting something on Facebook, whatever, and you like trying to share some knowledge, share some information, 2 likes, let you share some bullshit, share some funny shit, or
it's viral.
Hey, everybody, you 1,000 motherfuckers done liked it and shared it. Like, it's crazy, man.
Nah, for real.
So that's what that man knew, and that's just what it is. And so regardless of people wanting to accept the facts of what it is, like, living emotionally and not really wanting to accept the facts, man, that's just what it is. The man was just sitting spitting facts. And I recommend for all my men out there to read that. It's a book called The Way of the Superior Man. I think it'll change your life.
Okay, The Way of the Superior Man.
Way of the Superior Man. I forgot who it's by, but if you reading that book, it'll really help you hone in and get a little bit more out of your mother. A lot of us being raised by our mothers, man, we are very emotionally driven, and we ain't supposed to be like that. And that's why women are really, in this day and time, they don't know how to act with us, because they like, damn, you acting like me.
Right.
And that's what the issue is now. God. We got too many men acting like the woman, and they don't want to be with another woman. Like, how you can't control your emotions just like she can. You like her homegirl. You really ain't no man.
I had to check myself.
Yeah, we all have had to, bro. Like, I ain't gonna say that I think I only been learning for the last 2 years. I know when I was married, I was probably a Beta Cup biatch, you know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, like, arguing, like, man, like, now I'll be like, I wish I would argue with a woman. I ain't gonna argue with you.
Okay, so did that start after after the divorce?
Yeah. So a lot of stuff that I was learning, it was like, so what did you say, like, when you was learning? Did you say, oh shit, I was doing that? Yeah. You got to check yourself, man. Look in the mirror. You got to look in the mirror. You have to. Yeah, man. So you look in the mirror and be like, bro, like, that's me. I was a bitch. Like, I call myself a bitch. I be like, man, I was a bitch, man. I was doing that.
You got to get the bitch out of you.
Exactly.
The little bitch that your mom put in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'm sitting here like, man, I was a whole bitch. Like, I said, damn, I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I caused this. But like, once life has happened, it is what it is. All you can do is move forward. You can't go back. Maybe you can go back and apologize, but
you can't
at the same time, what is that really gonna do?
You just gotta. You just gotta be glad that you are learning it now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because there's men who don't never learn it. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So if you don't get to that point, it's definitely gonna be a struggle for you in relationships, especially now. Like, women are, making the most money now and doing a lot of that stuff. Right. And really, in what I say, and most of the intelligent women will know that it ain't just them doing that. I'm not, and like I said, I ain't gonna try to shoot women down, especially black women. Like, oh, y'all not intelligent, y'all not getting it. But come on, man, we know this is the white man wants this. Like, this is why you are where you are.
Oh yeah, this is programmed like this.
It's programmed to be where you are, and if the man didn't want us dead or whatever, we probably exceed him. We the biggest threat, so that's why it's a problem. That's why I'm gonna kill you and lock you up, but I'm gonna bring your woman up because I'm trying to stay here genetically. You know what I'm saying? If we ever heard about Dr. Francis Quest Wilson, talking about the genetic annihilation of the white man. Like, as long as you mix with us, you're gonna always get us. Right. So, exactly. So you always gonna lose regardless. But they're trying to do what they gotta do to limit. We have always been a problem. That's why when they used to hang us, they would cut our penises off and stuff like that, because it's always been a problem. Like that's
that's why they stopping abortion, man. Mm-hmm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They stopping it now, right?
Right.
Because they want to have their kids with our baby. You look at the commercials now, man. It's crazy. Every commercial interracial. Right. But 50 years ago, they would hang your ass for trying to get with a white woman. But now they got you on a commercial. Man, take her. Take that white girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want you to have her now. Like, it's some crazy shit. I be looking like, damn, this is crazy, bro. Yeah,
they want that lineage going.
Well, they trying to. That's why I say. And then look at the NBA. Like, most of the dudes mulatto. Most of the hoopers is light skinned. Ain't no dark skinned hoopers no more.
That's for real. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, but they're literally trying to eliminate us. And if we don't pull together, man, and stop talking about all this fake money, Louis Vuitton outlet, man, we gotta start building our own. Like, if somebody got a clothing line, man, support it. It don't matter how much they charging.
Right.
Support our own and get back to that. Like, get to our space. We all talk about Black Wall Street, all that stuff, but ain't nobody supporting it, man. Like, and that's what's crazy. Like, oh man, that was great. We was the greatest in time. All right, let's get back to that. Dolce Gabbana, like, what are they doing for you, bro? Right. What is Louis Vuitton doing for you, man? Mm-hmm. What is the red bottle? What is it doing for you? Nothing. Right. You just inflating their empire even more.
Exactly.
We could be building our own. And it may not be nothing now, but what we got $1 trillion in spending. Mm-hmm. We could make it something. Man, we could have the others buying our shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like, it only stay in the community 6 hours.
Mm-hmm. And that's bad, man.
Bro, that's
horrible.
Man, 6 hours.
6 hours. Wow.
Yeah, man. But
I didn't know that. Yeah, well, that's crazy.
Yeah, like the black dollar, man, it only stay in the community 6 hours, while other races, shit, man, can be a week.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's programmed like that for us to spend, and get us on a dysfunctional level with our women and shit. Like it's all like that.
Yeah. So we got to work on it ourselves. Nobody gonna get us there but ourselves. But it's gonna start here. It's psychological. It starts the way you eat. Like, if you go back and just listen to certain men. Like Tupac just say that, man, we got to change the way we eat. Because like, the eating habits, all of these different things is what's going to change you psychologically. It all starts here. And if you don't change that, if you still eating this, like, we from a whole another habitat. Like, if you listen to some of our teachers, though, they tell us, like, it's just like a gorilla can't eat the same thing as a lion. You know what I'm saying? Like, his habitat is different. All of that stuff is different. So you can't be in the same space and doing the same thing thinking that things is going to change you. Like, we from a tropical area. We got to be this certain. We got to eat this certain way. All of that to change things up. And like, so I've done that in my own life, changed a lot of the ways that I eat and stuff like that, because it does help. And then with my family, those close deaths, they came from diabetes, things like that. We got a lot of diseases in our community continually from the food. Right. And like, literally somebody had died from the food, and what it looked like, we at the funeral eating the same shit they died from.
Right, exactly.
What does that look? That makes no damn sense. Right. So let's start changing that up. We've had plenty of teachers come and tell us, you know what I'm saying? Even Nipsey was trying to put a documentary out about Dr. Sebi. I know a lot of people know about that, man. Like, bro, like, listen to what he's saying. These people have come to the planet to help and change us. Like, every being that comes here that we is elevated and exalted and done great things, we just ignore them and don't pay attention to them. Like, let them just die and be like, oh yeah, do a little memorial for them, and then all right, we forget. Let's go on and keep on pushing. Like, we don't remember we don't put our ancestry in there. But I think that is a cause because of religion and stuff like that. They've put this Jesus figure here in front of us so we can be like, oh, all right, well, that's all we need. Let's not look at nothing else, you know what I'm saying? Which is really crazy. But we got to cultivate ourselves into that, to the understanding, so we can get further and past just those minimal mindsets of thinking. And changing the psychology is going to really excel us, man.
Exactly. So what do you call yourself? A digital artist?
No, I'll just say a graphic artist or graphic designer. Yeah. Right.
And it's going cool in Dallas.
It's going cool. Cool as it's gonna be. Like I said, cool as a cucumber. I ain't gonna like I said, I ain't gonna speak ill will on myself, but I just take it a day at a time. Exactly. And continue to expand, man. So it's not but I know the main thing is don't take no L's, man. Get up with a winning attitude every day. Exactly. And like I said, if you get up, I mean, it all starts with your psychology again.
It does.
You happy, you're gonna always continue to do what you want to do. And the thing is about what it's about is, trying to keep up with the Joneses per se, and then being scared, right? Like tomorrow ain't even promised. Your next breath ain't even promised, bro. Right. Go get it. Whatever you want, go get it. Because you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Like you might not even be here. Right. So what's the point? Why you trying to hold on to something? Exactly. Like let it go. Because what if you got out there, you had a crate, and you left? You're like, man, I really wanted to do this. Right. Then just do it. Like Nike, man. That should be your motto, man. Just do it, man. Exactly. So Nike got the best motto. Just do it. And that's really how you gotta live. But yeah, everything is going swell with that. I definitely need to do more. I could be doing more networking and stuff like that. But as I get older, I feel like I'm getting a little bit lazier. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But because
you don't want to be bothered with people.
Yeah, don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But networking is essential, and getting in front of people, regardless of how much technology changes, man. Human contact and interaction is always gonna be present, and people passing your name is always gonna be better than you paying for an ad online, sending it out. Like, cause people can see us, something like, all right, but when you got that connection, when they met you and they seen you and they laugh with you, and they gonna remember that. They gonna look at that like, man, that hit that psychology. So now you looking at it like that person is looking at you now as a friend or something, or associate, rather than just somebody I just met over the computer.
Right.
So that
build relationships.
That interaction is always going to, but like they're taking it away, of course, with the phones and all that stuff. A lot of taking that stuff away, but I still hone on it. Like anytime I get a client, I'm like, hey, do you want to meet up? Find time to meet, and so that way I can meet you in person. You can feel my energy, I can feel yours. Right. And that's gonna make sure our business is gonna work. Because sometimes it may not. Like just sometimes, hey, it just don't work out. Like
the energy.
Yeah, the energy ain't right between us. We probably don't need to. So if I can, if the time permits, I'm not gonna force it, but I would like to. Like if I can present the opportunity to, hey, let's meet up, let's do some business, let's talk. Let's do it. Like, and it'll be much better. Your relationship will be much better in your business aspect, and I keep that going across the board. But sometimes, somebody, hey man, I just need this right now. I need this 48 hours. You ain't got time to be there. So hey, as long as they pay me the money, I'm good to go. Pay me half up front. I do half up front, and go from there. Yeah.
Exactly. See, you a graduate artist. You're not a street artist who's trying to get his art off the ground and didn't go to the college route. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So does that make a big difference?
I really can't say. I'm not sure, but I do feel like it does make me more well-rounded. Like being around that many people, in college and having all of those, because like that also helps the network of that. You know how many people from college have done work with me just because they knew me at Oklahoma State. Literally, bro. Like I've done work with so many people because they was just like, man, oh yeah, DJ, he did it, and they just remember me at Oklahoma State, and I've literally got business just off of that. Okay, so that helps, and so yeah, you got that networking, and then you got to think all the people you've always known your whole life, but then on top of that, you add in 3,000-4,000 at least, you know what I'm saying, of people who know who you are, that you can network with. I mean, it's a win. And like you just being in the environment, bro, like even with you on your podcast, stuff like that, you just being around that entity, like all the people you connected with. Think about it. Like I know you sang with like you Kevin Cheatham and all the Dex, you know what I'm saying? You hungry in that crowd, like, and look what them cats is out here doing. That's a connection you always got, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Just from knowing them, like not even we do the same thing, but it's just like just the fact that you know them, like it's really that simple, man. So
man, and the last question, why a Q?
Why a Q? I'll tell you what, so it's a little short story, it ain't even that hard. When I got to campus, I didn't know anything about Greek life. But of course, like I said, we grew up, all of my cousins and people ahead of me were just gangbangers and drug dealer, gangbang, whatever, you know what I'm saying, out in the streets. Like, and that's all I really had as examples, really. I had I think my older cousin, Davisha, she went to OU, but as far as like directly in front of me, not one black male I had for an example. Directly in front of me. Everybody was on some gangster shit, right? And so I'm like, let me try this other route. Let me try this square route, this college route. And because I knew I didn't want to be into the streets like that. I knew that wasn't for me. Like we grew up in the hood, but I was like, So I went into that, and I guess, the degree stuff is kind of like gangs too.
Okay.
But I didn't know nothing about it at first, right? So I'm like,
yeah, I'm glad that you admit that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It is, man. It's a whole ass gang, man. But it is about how you use it. Like, I think it's for each individual. Some people need that shit, right? And the people that need it are more like the gangbangers. So like somebody like me, where I'm like, I could live with or without this shit, right? Like, right. Like when you have that mindset and you like, hey, this is just something that I like to do or I wanted to do, versus like, this is what I needed to be popular, or this is what I needed to feel like a man, blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Some people go through the aspect of it. So that's the people that feel like the game, in my opinion. But when I got to campus, everybody was like, man, you look like an Omega, or you look like an Alpha. What I'm like, how the hell you look like something, right? Like,
okay, yeah.
So I just kind of started looking into it, like, and I started eyeing around the campus who was actually Greek, you know what I'm saying? Because really, you only know from what you see. And there may have been a higher influence on what may have stuff happen. So as I'm on campus, I see, I seen the Sigmas. The Sigmas was cats I seen it from Northeast, you know what I'm saying? And I knew I didn't really fit in with that. They was cool. Like, I knew Antoine and things, like a lot of cats that was like I grew up with at Northeast and stuff. But I knew that wasn't like really my crowd. I was like, yeah, it's not really my crowd. They cool, but I don't think that's me. And then the Kappas, I knew about the Kappas because my friend Kylan, this dude was about this Kappa league when we was in high school. Yeah. And I remember they used to be all this little, like groove, Oklahoma City, you had like Sex Mob and stuff. They reminded me of like Sex Mob, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I grew up in that era in the 90s.
Yeah,
I was at Moon Middle School in 98. Shout out all of the Sex Mob cats, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But so yeah, I remember from that era. So they kind of reminded me of that. I was like, nah, that ain't me either, man. I can't see myself doing the Sex Mob moves and stuff. Yeah. And then the Alphas. Sorry to say this, but this is just what it is. I'm telling my truth. My ex-wife had a cousin, right? My cousin is real, like, feminine. Now we talking about early 2000s. This is before Obama, and you couldn't say faggot.
Right.
I don't know if you got to edit that out about the F word.
Nah, it's all good.
So you couldn't say that, but like my ex-wife, she had a cousin that was kind of like real, I'll just say feminine, and at that time when I was looking into Greek life, he ended up started pledging Alpha. I'm like, they accept cats like that? I don't know about that.
Yeah. So
I was just like, So that kind of turned me down, and then even reading more into it, like they were, and I know that all the Greek life, homosexuality is a part of this culture. Period. You know what I'm saying? So there's gay Omegas, there's gay Alphas, there's gay Kappas. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has homosexual niggas, so ain't nobody distinct from it, but. It was the fact that, like, I know when I went to Omega information, like, when I became an Omega, like, you couldn't just come to the informational like that, like, because cats be like, I don't know about this cat, bro. We ain't letting that nigga in, right? Like, and that's just what it is. This is just the truth of the matter.
Right.
So then it was kind of like I said, we didn't have no iota, so process elimination came down to that. But then what even helped it even more was the fact that Omega had manhood as a cardinal principle. And I remember it's the first cardinal principle. And so when I came into that understanding, like, it was like, okay, this is the first cardinal principle is manhood. I would like to see what it is to become a man. And I think this is the only fraternity that has cardinal principle is manhood. So maybe they can show me the way. I'm 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can think about. Like, I don't have no father figure. I don't have nobody. I would use people as father figure, like ask questions like that. But like, to just, in my mind, it was like, man, to imagine a nationwide network of men who could be like a father figure to me, like, this is unlimited wisdom and information, like, literally. And I still talk about it to this day. Even right now, to this day, it's like that. I have so many older men that are like, that could be father figures. Like, I can just call them now and ask them questions about anything, man, and they'll, bro, they look at it like this. They'll talk to you like that. You know what I'm saying? But they'll still respect you as a man because they know they're not your dad or whatever. But you can still get that knowledge and that wisdom. Like, this is what I've been through. Look at it like this. And that was really what helped me choose Omega, man. And I tried to go the first semester, but I was too young, so I had to wait. And just went through a whole bunch of stuff with a whole bunch of BS with it or whatever. But I'm still in. I'm active right now. Still to this day. I'm with the OKC chapter, even though I live in Dallas.
Okay.
But yeah, I do all the graphics and stuff for them too. Like I use my skill to do everything. Like you can make your way,
you
man.
Got to.
yeah. I just use that and be like, hey, man, this is what I'm gonna do. Y'all take this and I'm gonna do these graphics and y'all do this for me and just do trade out. I do that all the time, man. The barter system in business can still work. Like as long as you just feel like you getting an equal trade and an equal fairness in it. Do it, man. Barter with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't let it be like all about, oh man, I got to get my cash flow. Like sometimes, you know, as brothers, let's do a barter system. Like I need your service, you need my service. Let's exchange services and make it happen. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So you always using your skills.
All the time.
Always networking. always using your mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. You must. It's a must, man.
Yeah, nah, man. That's smart, man. And I appreciate you pulling up on me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've been wanting to do it for a minute, man.
Yeah,
Might have to have me a part 2 so I can come over here and talk about some other stuff. You know, I got plenty to say. I got stuff to say about these women. I might even have to start my own YouTube channel.
No, real talk. Real talk, man, because you already experienced it.
Yeah.
So you could tell men how it is, men inside the marriage and outside. You know what I'm saying? No, for real, because they're like you said, there's a lot of lost men out here still, man. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, what did you think about Kevin? Let me ask you, what you think about Kevin Samuels? What did you think?
Man, I loved him. Yeah, man, the GOAT, man. He checked him in a professional way. You know what I'm saying? And he did it in a suit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just professional with it, man. But he was speaking facts, and he wanted Black love to come back together, though.
That's it. And that was the main message. That was
like and build a foundation. You know what I'm saying? But right now, man, it's just. Man, it's so off balance right now, man, with the black women and black men. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't
know why we at this, this agenda war, man. I don't understand why it's like that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely in. I'm like, hey, I ain't part of the gender war. I love black women. Right. And I think that man did too. But I definitely love black. And I don't even want to be with no other woman but a black woman, like period. And I think most black men are like that. Facts. Regardless of what these statistics and what you women say, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we want to be with a woman that look like our mama, like period, man. Every black man want that, regardless of how it is in college. I mean, I know boys in college and all that, they want to get there. They want to get, we want to swirl in everything, right? Black men, we want to swirl in everything. It's just what it is. But we want to ultimately end up with y'all, man. So let's stop this gender war fighting, man, and get it, man, for real. Like we gotta stop it, because we really want our kids to be that, all that, and we want to take this thing over, and we can't do it without y'all. We can't live with you, and we can't live without you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Nah, man, I appreciate you pulling up, man.
All right,
for real, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a nice story, and it's resilient. You know what I'm saying? And you still going, and you an artist, though. You know what I'm saying? Like this podcast is for the creators, is for the artists. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, just keep doing your thing in the D.
Yeah, man.
Tell that nigga Sean I said what's up.
All right.
You still mess with DJ, right?
Nah, man. Me and DJ Lampkin, we kind of fell out about 10 years ago. Actually, we went to Houston one time, and it was just I ain't gonna go into it. But
yeah.
Do you still talk to him?
Yeah.
I've talked to him. My funeral. It didn't go too far. I was just like, you know what I'm saying. We can talk offline about this.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit that out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shit.
Already.
Nah, man, I appreciate you pulling up on me, DJ. So you going back tonight?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head back. I'll give my daughter her birthday tomorrow. And stuff, so.
Already. How old is she?
She'll be 9 tomorrow.
Okay, 9 already,
my
man.
Baby girl, my twin.
Yeah. Already, man. We'll keep doing your thing. Shout out Brandy podcast, man. It's 221 with DJ Hilllard, man.
Hey. Out. All right, that was cool. Nice.